Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Virtual Church School. Good morning. Hi, Matt. Hey. Hi, Duncan. Hey, Kim. I see Duncan says hi. I'm just waiting a couple of minutes for other people to get here. Duncan's telling us that in his game, he needs to get past monsters to get to the boat. And he's going to do that after the church meeting. Wow, I wish I could see you do that. That would be so interesting. I'm thinking the boat is probably in the water. It's maybe in the ocean or a lake or a stream. Hey, Michelle, welcome. I'm wondering if Johnny is here too. Hi, Johnny, if you're here. I realize I left my bell. Once again, I left it far away from where I'm sitting. I'm going to have to edit this out of the video. I'm waiting a couple more minutes to see if anybody else comes. So, hi there, everyone. Welcome to Virtual Church School. Today, I'm wondering if any of you have ever been really thirsty. Sometimes when I eat cookies or cake or other sweet things, I get thirsty. Does that ever happen to you? You can type it in the chat or share with us, let us all know if you have ever felt really thirsty. Also, what if you go on a long walk or a hike, or you run around outside playing ball? Do you ever get thirsty then? What do you do to help yourself? You can tell us in the chat what you do in that case. Also, what is your favorite thing to drink if you're really thirsty? My favorite thing to drink when I'm not thirsty is this dark brown beverage called coffee. But when I'm thirsty, that's not my favorite thing to drink. Instead, this is my favorite thing to drink when I'm thirsty. Oh, Duncan says that when he's playing outside with a ball and he gets thirsty, he likes to drink orange soda. Orange soda, when I was a kid, orange soda was one of my favorite things to drink when I was thirsty. I have some orange soda stories I'll share with you another time. Nowadays, when I'm thirsty, I really like to drink water, and it's especially good if there's electrolytes in it. Oh, Michelle says she gets thirsty when she's outside. Yeah, I do too. And Michelle likes to drink water when she's thirsty. Does anyone want to share what their favorite drink is when they're not thirsty? I showed you mine. Oh, hi, Johnny. That was Johnny telling us that he gets thirsty when he goes outside and he likes to drink water then. Your favorite drink when you're not thirsty might be something different, like, I don't know, hot chocolate or something else. You can share in the chat if you'd like. Okay, now it's time to ring the bell. Okay, here goes. Here's my thumb out sideways because, and there's no sound from my bell. Hello? There's my sound. Can you hear it? As the sound slowly dies away, my thumb will go lower. And you can all do this with your thumbs at home. I can still hear it. Now I can't. People have been sharing in the chat about their favorite drinks when they're not thirsty. Duncan says hot chocolate with marshmallows, and Johnny says seltzer and juice. I like both those things when I'm not thirsty. I really like them. Okay, now it's time for our story because the bell is rung. Okay. So once long ago, there was a man called John who went to live for a while in the wilderness. And he would tell any people who came by that they should get ready for something new. Something new was going to happen. God's kingdom was coming, John said. And John and his story about God's kingdom must have been interesting because people came from far away to listen to John, to listen to what he had to say. They came from country villages and even from the big city of Jerusalem, all the way to the wilderness north of the Dead Sea. And the Dead Sea was called the Dead Sea because there weren't many things living there. Nothing lived inside of the Dead Sea, and not for a ways around it. But John was north of the Dead Sea, where it was different and there was life, although not much of it. And to help people get ready for the coming of God's kingdom, John started baptizing people in the river. Because where he was the river Jordan flowed. And there was life around the river, as there often is around a river. And some fancy people came from the big city of Jerusalem, especially to ask him what he was up to. What you doing? What you doing, John? They asked. Hi there, said John. I am very busy making the way clear for the Lord. The Lord is coming, and someone needs to make the way for him, and I am that someone. So the fancy folks looked at each other all confused. See this wilderness? Asked John. Well, someone needs to make a way in it for the Lord to come. So the fancy folks looked at each other and they were even more confused. Now, where I live, the wilderness looks like this. There's trees and rocks. And if you don't stay on the trail, you can get lost. Here are some people building a trail in the wilderness, a hiking trail. And in some places where the trail is unclear, they paint marks called blazes on the trees for people to follow. Oh, sorry. Here's some more people building a trail in the wilderness. The ground can become marshy and wet here, and so they're building a boardwalk. If you want, someday when you get older, you can join volunteer crews and help build trails in the wilderness. One of the things when building trails that you can do is you can use your paintbrush, like this guy's doing here, to paint these marks on trees called blazes. So people who are uncertain of the way or are feeling lost can look at the blazes on the trees and follow them. But where John lived, the wilderness was completely different looking. It looked, I have to make the picture. This is maybe a hard picture to see because the sunlight in this desert landscape makes things really pale and bleached out. There's just empty, barren rocks. So when John went to the wilderness, he went to a place where there wasn't much. But what there was this river. And near the river, you can see that there are plants growing, little shrubs and grasses and things. Maybe even over there are some trees. And this river that you see here is the River Jordan. So if the way where John lived, if the desert was like this, what was John doing to make a way for the Lord in this desert? I mean, he wasn't building trails like these folks here or painting things on rocks. I don't think he was. So what was he doing? What he was doing, he was baptizing people in the water, in that River Jordan that I showed you. Now, what did baptizing people in water have to do with preparing the way for the Lord? John tried to explain. He said, the Lord is coming. I need to help people get ready to listen to him. He's going to be baptizing people with the Holy Spirit. And to get people ready for that, I need to baptize a bunch of these folks in the water first. Now, when John was talking about the Lord coming, he was talking about Jesus. Jesus was about ready to start teaching and helping people get closer to God. And John heard God asking him to help make things ready ahead of time so that when Jesus was ready to start teaching and helping, there would be space for him in people's hearts and in their minds. All those people that John was baptizing would be ready to listen to Jesus. John was preparing the way for Jesus' words and teaching to enter people's hearts. John said he was living in a wilderness, but his wilderness was an empty place. To prepare the way in his kind of dry, deserty wilderness, he needed to lead people to water. The people were all dry and dusty and dehydrated. In order to stay alive, what people need most, inside in the desert or outside the desert, what people need most is air. Let's try breathing, because that's kind of not new. Go ahead, take a deep breath of air now and feel how it feels going into your nose and then down into your lungs and out again. Can you feel it going in and down and then up and out? I kind of like the feeling myself, feeling the air in my nose. Do you like that feeling as the air goes in? You could tell me in the chat whether you like it or not, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether it's just so-so. But in addition to air, the second thing people need most in order to live is water. People can't live without water. In a desert, it's hard to find water. Oh, Johnny says in the chat that he likes the feeling of the air going in and out and maybe going through his nose. I like it too. But once you have air, the next thing you really need is water. And in a desert, it's hard to find water. It's possible to find a kind of water hole called an oasis. And sometimes it's possible to find a river in the desert, the way that River Jordan flowed through the desert. Oh, Matt says he likes the feeling of breathing too, but Donal says the feeling is just so-so. Sometimes when you're thirsty and you drink something, it feels really good. And sometimes if you're not that thirsty, it might feel good or bad or so-so. Sometimes, I suppose, if you're thirsty, it depends on what you drink, whether it feels good or not. Anyway, if you are hot and dusty and dying of thirst in the desert and you come to a river, that river, whether it feels good or not, that river can save your life. And if your life feels difficult and dry and tiring, jumping into something new and refreshing, that can be a pretty good feeling. The people that John was baptizing probably thought it felt good, or maybe they just thought it felt different to go into the river and be baptized. They were all hot and dry on the riverbank, and then they went into the river, and it must have just felt different to be in the river. And also, it might have been a new thing for them, and just to like go into the whole river, your whole self. And sometimes when something new happens, a person doesn't know for a while whether it feels good or not. At first, they just know that it feels different. So now I've got some questions for you. Supposing someone was coming to do a social distance visit with you outside, would you do things to get ready for the visit? What would you do? You can answer in the chat if you have any ideas of what you would do to get ready. Now, I don't know if you remember, Johnny's thinking, oh, he says get a mask. Yes, that's a great idea. If somebody's going to come to do a social distance visit with you, maybe in your backyard or on the sidewalk in front of your house, or if you're meeting in a park somewhere, getting a mask would be a great idea. And what if Jesus was going to stop by? Would you do the same things to get ready for him visiting? If you had a backyard and someone was coming to visit, you might put out a couple of seats. Oh, Johnny's going to put on a mask. Duncan says, make the place clean. What a great idea. Wow. If I was a guest coming to do a social distance visit with you, I would really like that if, you got the place all nice. Oh, Patrick was just saying yesterday that he didn't like learning to play the violin in the beginning because it felt so different. But now he loves learning the violin. Yeah, sometimes when things are new, you have to wait. They just feel different. And then later on, you can decide how they feel. Johnny says tabble. I don't know quite what that means. Sorry, lost track for a minute. Now, I don't know if you remember that Jesus's birthday is coming up. And I'm wondering, table, yes. Johnny's saying that in addition to putting out chairs for a visit and getting a mask, you could put out a table. That could make things comfortable for people. And if I came to visit and you'd put out chairs and a table for me and put on a mask for my visit, I'd feel all welcome. And Jesus's birthday is coming up soon, and I'm wondering if you're doing anything to get ready for that. And if so, what are you doing? Johnny's suggesting you can get something to drink for a person who might be coming to visit. Do you guys want to see what I did to get ready for Jesus's birthday? Here is my living room, and you can see there's an Advent wreath here, and I put up a Christmas tree, and there's a candle with greenery around it. I hung holly and fir branches in different places. Now, do you think that I did all this getting ready stuff by myself? Did I go get that Christmas tree and put it up by myself? Did I hang the decorations? Or did I have help? You guys guess. Say if you think I had help or not. Oh, look. Duncan is also suggesting hand sanitizer for if someone comes to visit. That's a great idea. Oh, and Johnny says my living room looks cool and that Duncan thinks it looks good. And Jeremy thinks it looks wonderful. So now you guys can guess whether I had any help. Patrick is guessing that I had help, and so is Johnny. You're right. Here's somebody helping me. This person, let's see if I can scroll up. Whoop, can't. Anyway, this person here is very tall, and I could not reach to put those holly branches up there or to put those little Christmas lights around the archway, but I had help. Oh, Duncan and Juliet also guessed that I had help, and Donald guessed that I had help. You guys, you're all right. I had help. Here's some more help. I had this kind of help, and you can see as the people are helping that decorations are going up on the tree. And don't worry, these folks are not wearing masks, even though they're inside my house with me. And it's because we are all housemates and we have different rooms in the house, and we are potted together. So it's safe for us to be together without masks. It's like a family. Do I have any other helping pictures? No. What I have is a picture of a mess. Yeah. So before all the stuff came up and looked all nice, there was a big mess on the floor. This thing is a tree skirt. Here's a bunch of greenery. There's some ribbons. Here's some ornaments. It was even messier, but this picture shows a bunch of the mess before it got cleaned up. So, it's Jesus's birthday. So we want to make space for him, and we want to make the place nice. So we cleaned up. You might remember that Duncan suggested that if somebody's coming over, you might want to clean up. And sometimes you might need to clean up the mess you made just getting ready. I didn't make a mess on purpose to be messy. I just needed to bring all these supplies up so that I could work on them. And then afterwards, I had to clean up. Do you think I cleaned up all by myself, or do you think I had help? Someone can guess. But actually, I don't think you have to really guess too much. I think you know that I had a whole bunch of help cleaning up. And it made the cleanup go really fast. So I'm now wondering what you all are doing to get ready, and whether you are having help. Yeah, Johnny's saying help. I totally had help. We worked together. I'm wondering what you all are getting ready for Jesus's birthday, for the coming of Christmas. And if, as you're getting ready for Christmas, I'm wondering if people are helping you get ready. And if you make a mess getting ready, because that's just part of creation and making things, if things get sort of messy or are lying around, do you have help cleaning it up, or do you have to do all the cleaning in your house? Patrick and Donal suggest that I had help, and they have help. And Anne and Jeremy like the idea of help cleaning up too. So Patrick and Donal have help as they're getting ready for Christmas. And Johnny says that his family, or he has help probably from his family. And Anne and Jeremy like the idea of helping with getting help with the cleanup as well as the getting ready. Oh, Duncan gets help putting up Christmas decorations. Oh, and he gets help with the cleaning up. Yeah, sometimes the Christmas decorations come in a box, and there's the lid of the box and the bottom of the box. And well, you can see my Christmas decorations in that box, and you don't see it because it's outside the picture, but there's all kinds of other boxes with things in them. And those boxes have to be put away. So my last question is whether you're doing anything with the inside of yourself, with your feelings or your heart or anything like that to get ready for Christmas. Are you starting to think about getting ready for all the things that Christmas brings, like singing Christmas carols? Maybe you're thinking about giving or getting presents. Maybe you're thinking about getting ready to eat special foods that help you celebrate Christmas. And maybe your heart is getting ready to welcome Christmas. If you know the story of the Grinch, his heart had to do some growing before he managed to get it ready to welcome Christmas. Oh, Duncan is getting ready for Christmas by being nice. That's very good because, Santa is interested in naughtiness and niceness, and it's always nice to get ready being nice. Oh, Johnny's thinking about both his birthday and Christmas. I'm wondering if Johnny's birthday is in December. I'm thinking about Christmas a lot, and now I'm going to start thinking about Johnny's birthday too. But now it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Johnny's birthday is on December 23rd. Oh my goodness, 2 days before Christmas. Wow. This is an exciting time. I'll be thinking about your birthday then, Johnny. So now it's time to say goodbye because our time is up. So if you'd like, you can wish everybody peace. You can type it in the chat. You can raise a hand to wish people peace. Oh my goodness, Jeremy says that Donald's birthday is on Tuesday, another December birthday. All these folks. Happy birthday, Donald. Happy birthday, Johnny. Happy birthday, Jesus. Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas to come. Bye, Johnny. I see your emoji.